Shout out to everybody out there on White Street. You already know what it is. Salute to everybody.
How you doing, brother?
You look like you glowing, man. You look like you glowing. How you feel?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. I'm just like, you know, I had a little, so I'm like flying on some shit. What up, King?
I won't hit you with nothing too heavy. Don't worry about it.
No doubt. It's a pleasure to meet you, man. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, brother.
Same, man.
Love
Absolutely
you,
same.
man.
I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Like straight up. I've been getting, yo, the people been talking, man. I've been getting hit up about this for a week and a half.
Oh shit. That's what's up.
You should see my inbox, man. I don't even have my own fans no more. No one comes looking for me. They come asking about the interview. And I was like, all right, let's get it.
Yeah. Shout out to the guys, man. They're really great supporters. You know, I have a very, very strong support system.
You do. That's one of the main things I wanted to talk about, actually. Like that's one of the things that like really drew me to you as an artist. And it's not just them, but it's the way you interact with them and stuff like that. Let me get some shout outs because my Twitter was blowing up. Shout out from Twitter, Hip Hop Lover, SNE DeFreeze, and CR-17. Everybody's sending you, man, the hard working and God bless the God blessed. My whole timeline. God bless the God bless all over my timeline.
Respect, bro. Shout out, man.
I was asking for questions and stuff like that, man. Pristine Queen Aziza said no questions. She just wanted you to know that she loves you.
That's the homie. That's the homie.
Yeah.
Shout out to the queen. Yeah.
Well, I retweet like 90% of her stuff, man. She puts out a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, she is. Like she's a trooper for, you know, for South African hip hop music. You know, she's really doing so much, man. She's always supporting the brands. She's always buying dudes merchandise. She's always going to like listening sessions, and you know what I mean. She's a real trooper for like SA rap. So shout out to her. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm a fan. Now let's get into you. I'm excited to go into this. Let me ask you this: how many of the reactions that I've done to your music have you actually watched? Like, are you familiar with my opinion of your music?
I've seen the Cold Waters freestyle one.
Okay, that was the first one. I think that was the first one.
Yeah, and I've seen the Soaked in Bleach one. Yeah, those ones I've seen.
Okay, so you haven't seen the ones where I big up to you. Okay.
No, but you know what I like, bro? You know what I like? I like the fact that, you know, you're a dude that speaks your mind and you're truthful and you don't have to like come out here in front, and you know what I mean? We need that as artists as well, just to hear a different perspective. And I know that you're very much into technique, and we'll also go into that as well. You like technique and shit, and you know that side and that field of, and I understand that, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're probably like a big fan of the URL, right? Smacking them dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I've been a battle rapper for 17 years. So like
shit,
my taste in music and my taste in bars and stuff like that, it's very curated. You know what I'm saying? But I do try to be honest about my bias. I try to always like put that out there. Like, this is only one man's perspective. Like, people don't like. I never.
That's what I respected, though. That's what I respected. That you always like. At least you're not just attacking. You know, you get dudes that are just attacked for no reason, but you always substantiate what you mean, and then it makes sense because I understand the field. You know what I mean? I feel like even the person that I probably feel is the greatest, you probably wouldn't even think is the greatest. The dude that made me rap, the dude that made me like go, yo, bro, fuck, man, like there's nobody greater than this dude. And my reasons for that. Pac is the greatest for me ever. Like Pac, Tupac. Okay. That's the greatest rapper of all time, and I have my reasons why. Because I understand Pac wasn't on some technical shit. He's not a crooked eye. He's not an M. You know what I mean? For me, it's about relatability, bro. Like if you can feel me, because I feel like that's the most powerful thing. Music is a very spiritual thing, and sometimes we forget that. And if I can capture people, you know, in terms of relatability, they understand me. It's not like they walk in the same shoes. Like, yo, I was crying for my father when he died, and you cried too. Like, that's something different. That's something spiritual. So I always admired that in music. I always admired that. Like, Tupac had that. Bob Marley had that. It's a few artists that are that powerful on that spiritual side of music. So when I heard that, bro, I was like, yo, I want that. I want people to feel me like that. Not that I just, you know, I don't like tech. Of course, I fuck with technique. You know what I mean? I love Big Pun. I love M. You know what I mean? Those are technicians. Crooked Eye, Tech Nine. Those are technicians. People that really pay attention to the detail and technique. I love that too. But the relatability is for me, bro. Like, let me
walk you through my PDOT journey. All right. Let me explain to you how this went down. Right.
Yeah.
So I get blown up. I get a lot of messages for just like in general. Like, you got to check this person. You got to check this person. So like, I don't get a chance to dive into like albums very often. Right. I literally. I look for like what are like the most requested. You feel me?
Yeah.
So there's a difference between what I would consider like the soaked in bleach PDOT and the Dear God PDOT. There's two very different things. And here's how I was. When I first heard you, I was like, in my opinion, as far as voice, tonality, and flow goes, you sound like Jay-Z to me. When I hear you rap, I'm like,
and I hate that shit, bro. I fucking hate it.
I couldn't
I'll tell you why I hate
wrap my head around it. I was just like, no, but I thought it was like a TikTok. I thought you were like lip syncing. I was like, what's going on with this? Like, I couldn't not hear it. So I was like, cool. But the bars weren't there for me when I was listening. So when I was listening to the first ones, I was like, he's not a punchline rapper. And I don't think he's trying to be a punchline rapper. You know what I'm saying? And like the flow, it's really interesting. And I have a different way of thinking about it now. But when you go and you do your bar construction, you don't end on a rhyme a lot of the times. A lot of the times, the way that your flow is like the bar where you're expecting the punchline, the URL punchline to be, there isn't a rhyme there. And at first I was like getting irritated by it because like I'm trying to get hype and shit, and he's making me stop and think about it. And then like now I realize that it's intentional. Now that I see that it's repeatedly the style that you rap with, that there is some value in formatting your bar in a way that they can't just get caught in the flow. That they gotta stop and think now. Like it takes your brain off the train tracks. That's just melodic rap. And it makes them take a step back and be like, now I got to think about what was just said. Now I got to take a second to think about that bar.
Definitely. I look at it like flair, bro. Like it's, you know, in maybe in football stand. Do you watch football? Are you you guys probably call it soccer, right?
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy. I don't watch none of it. But I understand it.
Okay. I'll just make maybe a basketball. Let me make a football example, a soccer example. You get players that are like they good with dribbling the ball, like flair and tricks, and you know what I mean. Like these guys are just so dope at that. And I look at technique as that. You know what I'm saying? That's just like to show you how incredibly creative I can be with these words and these lines and entendres and double entendres, multiple syllables, and it's flair. It's like, yo, look at me, it's dope. But then you get players that are not about that. They're about just scoring goals, bro, and getting the results and touching people and winning trophies. That's what I wanted to focus on. I like I said, not that I don't fuck with the other, other side of, technicality, technique and whatever. I just wanted to really make people feel me, because once you get people to feel you, bro, I got people tattooing my shit. Like that shit is crazy, bro. Like that shit is like that's what I'm saying. That's
dope. And the tats are dope, man. I see them on Twitter, man. The tats come out dope too, man.
Shout out, bro. That's just a very, very heavy responsibility, and I know why, because it comes from the spiritual side. It comes from these people feel me. Like it's like, and I'm not even I'm not perfect. I'm fucked up, bro. There's a lot of things I deal with myself. You know what I mean? But music can do that. Music can make people connect with you in a way that you would never understand. And that's why I always chose to focus on that. Like I said, I studied the Bob Marleys. I studied the Tupac. Pac was no lyrical genius when it comes to, you know, rap acrobatics. He wasn't like that, you know what I mean? But he was just so fucking, you felt the dude, man. Like, you just felt him. You could say something as simple as like, you know, he didn't even know you was a crack fiend. That line is nothing crazy about it. You always was like, if you like a kid in the rurals, in the fucking Transkei in South Africa, and your mother is on drugs and she's drinking and she's like, yo, you feel neglected. That shit hits you in a different way than a technique, you know, some punchline shit could. So that's what I always wanted to focus on in music, because that is what gives you the most replay value when it comes to music. We love the technical shit, but I'm probably not gonna go back to M's Kamikaze album like that, because he's not really saying shit.
Anything,
but
bro.
like, yo,
I'm not here to bash
the technique, but the technique of that album is insane, though.
I don't. The technique for me personally, the technique has to be coupled with bars. Like, you have to have substance. Like, if you watch any of my reactions, I don't like the faster raps, to be honest with you. Like, I appreciate them, and I can acknowledge them that it's a skill.
It's a skill,
right?
Yeah.
But it's not a preference, right?
Yes, sir.
So anyway, so I started following you on Twitter after doing a few reactions, and like I was listening. I was like I said, I wasn't a huge fan. I respected what I was hearing, but it wasn't my preference for music. You dig?
Yeah.
Fast forward, and I start watching you and how you move on Twitter and how you interact with the fan base. And
yes, sir.
When I see the comments and I see the way that you interact with the fans, I started to respect you as a man way more than I respected you as like an MC. And it made me want to dig back into music. It made me want to see, I had to be missing something. I see these people getting tattoos of your lyrics. I see the people that are like going back and putting you in GOAT status and putting you as like the #1 artist. And these are people whose opinions I respect. These are people who I interact back and forth with, and we're talking about the, you know what I'm saying, the Stogie T's and the touch lines and the nasty C's. Like, we have similar opinions of artists. And now I see these people big up in you and the way you're interacting with them, and I'm like, cool, I gotta dig in deeper and see what's hitting.
Yes, sir.
Then comes the Dear God reaction. And then
check that out.
It starts connecting a little bit more when we start getting into the Dear God. And like you talked on it a lot already, but I've seen people say things like, yo, P-Dot's getting slept on. And like, it's real, like most rappers, 99% of rappers would be like, yes, I am getting slept on. Like, I'm not where I deserve to be. And I watched you put a fan in check, and you were like, yo, let's knock off the I'm getting slept on stuff. Like,
I hate that, bro. I hate that so much. And I'll tell you, I hate it because it perpetuates more of the same. It's a narrative. Like, you end up becoming the face of the slept on. Like, when you look it up in a dictionary, you're the face of the slept on rappers. I hated that thing so much because I do have a very, very strong, crazy support niche. You know what I mean? It's just that people always want you to be. I'm not the most popular rapper in South Africa. I'm not the most famous rapper. I'm not the richest rapper or anything like that. But I have a very, very strong niche that is for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been growing all these years. But people want you to be in the same kind of. At the end of the day, we're not gonna be, you know, in the same level, because we move different. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's about, you know, the people that are pushing you and how you move and everything. So I've never been signed. I've always been independent. So that alone is a different situation. You know what I mean? I do my own thing, never been signed. Everything comes to me. So it's gonna be different from a major label artist's impact, because they have all the, you know how the game goes, bro. They have all the other platforms and shit. So people just always want you to be in that, yo, we want to see you the way we see this dude. That's where the slept on thing. And I'm like, bro, I'm not slept on. I feel the love every day. You're just not checking for it, because you're checking for it in your own, you know, you want to see it in your own way, but it's always there. And that's the truth. I mean, like, come on, bro. There's no rapper I've ever seen in South Africa that had fans tattooed. That shit is crazy. I've never seen that. And for someone who's an independent artist, I've never seen that. That's not a joke. So I don't take those kind of things lightly.
That goes back to the content, right? Like, I'm not getting a commercial rapper who makes bubblegum music tattooed on me. That doesn't make sense because I don't relate to that, right? So
Yeah.
this brings up my first talking point that I really wanted to dig in, right, to this. First of all, salute on my last 20. I just posted that reaction.
Thank you, bro.
That it was a masterpiece. It was literally, I would put that as a perfect creation from beginning to end.
Wow, thank you, man. That means a lot, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I would put that shit up there with like Pac level shit for me. For like there's nothing that I would change. There's not one thing that I would change about that artistry that went into that. And
thank you.
I sent you a message. I'm in a vulnerable state right now where my mind is opened up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm receiving those type of vibes in a certain way. And between the timing and the actual talent that went into it, my guy, like I view you in an entire, but between the Dear God and between the My Last 20, I view you in an entirely different scope and an entirely different lens. And like
that really means, that really means a lot, bro. I'm like, no bullshit. That really means a lot. That's hey, man. You know, Pro Kid, I know you've heard of Pro Kid, right?
Yeah.
Pro Kid and Double HP were like our Pac and Biggie, like the equivalent of our Pac and Biggie. Those are like the two guys that really, came through and showed rap artists in South Africa as a whole that rap could be something lucrative, rap could be something big. The culture. They were the first. And Jabba was from Mufftown, Pro was from Soweto, and the way that Jabba died, bro, it fucked me up so much because he was feeling unappreciated. He was feeling low. He was feeling, and this is like one of the greatest rappers of all time in South Africa ever, bro. He was incredible. Yeah. And the way that he died, it's been plaguing me in my mind. And I was like, yo, man, I want to make a song where I'm speaking as him. This thing was just sitting in my heart for like a while. I want to make a song where I'm speaking as him in these last 20 minutes, like before he actually took his own life, like what he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was going through with his family, just the game in general. That's why I say, familiarity breeds contempt in the song, where he probably felt like, yo, I've been around for so long now, they're just taking me for granted. You know what I mean? He was in a dark space, so I just wanted to capture that. That's why. Because dude went on radio, bro. That's why I put the clip there. He went on radio and he was talking about he was talking about how he tried, he was trying to, commit suicide like 3 times and shit. And that's like a couple of months before he actually did it, before he actually. So it's a very heavy song. I was like fucked up recording it myself because it's like you have to channel something.
I'm never gonna unhear that part of the interview at the end. That's gonna stay. That's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life, and I mean that. That was. Bro,
and that was a hero. That was a South African great, like one of the greatest we've ever had, and that's how he went out. So I just felt like, yo, man, I need to say something. I feel like I need to say something or capture it in my own way, but at the same time pay homage and at the same time like show my respect that this was an incredible legend. You know what I mean? And in turn it makes like maybe young upcoming artists actually that don't know him well or familiar with his music. Hey, let me go check out who's this guy that PdotO is talking about. Let me go check out Jabba. Let me go. Oh shit. Oh, you know what I mean? Now. You know what I mean? I feel it's important, bro. I feel it's important to really, really pay homage and show love and celebrate the roses now. We have this thing where we have to wait till somebody dies or somebody leaves, then we're like, yo, this guy was incredible. Nip hustle. Like Nipsey has to die before Nipsey's a fucking great. Like we've been on Nipsey hustle, but that's just the human being thing.
With this, man. If you look into any of the stuff that I've been talking about or any of the stuff that I'm trying to do, I agree with you 1,000%. I could not agree with everything that you just said anymore. And like that's part of my platform, right? Like we talk about, I get asked questions because I'll put South African hip hop on my platform that's not in English, that's in the regular vernacular. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I'll get questions like, you don't understand it, and I'm like, it's not necessarily for me to understand. My audience is like 46% from South Africa. there are going to be
That's
new
dope.
generations of people who follow me for the Reese and the Nasty C that have never heard, you know what I'm saying, the Pro Kid tracks, that have never heard the Prophets of City, like they've never heard any of this stuff. And it's for
I
them.
just
It's to give my platform the opportunity to reach a higher audience so that those flowers can be given. I'm with you 100% on that, man. But like, I do want to say,
we appreciate that, man.
so like,
I'm saying we appreciate that, bro. Shout out.
I appreciate that, man. So like, here's my question to you, right? This is something that I have been super guilty of. That this is coming from shout outs to Emmanuel. He put a very long, detailed comment on my Dear God response or reaction for you, right? And basically what it is because of your heartfelt music, right? There's a certain portion of your fan base that only wants to hear you when you're hurt. That only wants to hear you when you're depressed. That only wants to hear the P-Dot that is going through some shit, right? And like, I'm guilty of that with like Joe Budden. For me, Joe Budden is my Tupac. That is my #1 guy of all time. Like, when you start talking about what you were just talking about, the mental stuff and shit like that, I would have took my life when I was in my early 20s if it wasn't for the movie shit, bro. So like,
Black Cloud and
bro, come on.
He's definitely one of the greatest rappers of all time. That's without a doubt. And he, you know, I fully agree with you, and I understand. If you're a mouse, but if you're a fan of Budden, you cannot be a fan of PdotO, because I'm a Joe Budden. That's one of my biggest influences, bro. That's like, you know, that dude.
I'm seeing it now because I didn't get. Now I'm getting into my last 20. Now I'm getting into the Dear Gods. Like, remember, I only get little windows with one track here and there to get an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm seeing it, but I fell into that category, you dig, where like I wanted Joey to get hurt in a relationship so that he could give me new music. You know what I'm saying? Like I fell into that toxic mind state where I was like, I was waiting. I was like, oh, this bitch, he's gonna fuck up.
I feel you, bro. All of Me, you remember All of Me, Black Cloud, shit.
Ordinary Love Shit, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Walk With Me, 10 minutes, bro. I could go on for days. But now you're in that position right now, to where you have a portion of the fan base that is like, they almost want you to go through some shit.
No Love Lost. Shout out, bro. Yeah, no, it's my bad. I just saw No Love Lost. I was like, yo, put that, shout out.
Yo, that whole album, fire. How do you feel about that? I want you to talk on that. How do you feel about the fans that are there for the pain? I want to talk about that. How do you feel about that?
You know, I was in the studio with Les yesterday, because we're getting ready to release this collaboration album next week. It's called Lost Diamonds.
Okay.
And we were having a conversation similar to what you're talking about like, I do have a fan base that gravitates towards that alone. When I drop something, that's what they gravitate, because it's not like I don't make other kinds of music. I do, bro. I've always believed as an artist, because you're a human being, the art is only an extension of yourself as a human being. I'm not sad all the time, so I can't just take out sad music. Sometimes, you know, you lustful. Sometimes you're happy. Sometimes you just don't give a fuck. Sometimes it's all these different things, and I've captured all of these kind of emotions in every album that I've ever dropped. But definitely, they gravitate towards the Dear Gods and the Soaked and Bleach and my last 20. They gravitate towards that kind of content with me because I also think people fall in love with moments. The first time I heard PdotO, the song that he did, people fall in love with moments, and they attach the moments to music. First time I heard PdotO, maybe it was 10 years ago. It was a heartfelt song, and I was going through, you know, I just lost my dad, and that song helped me get out of that. So that was a moment. So now that's all you want from me, because you hold that moment. Or maybe, yo, the first time I heard him, I was like, I was in love, and me and my girl were in such a great space, and I just met this girl. I'm like wilding, like we together, we doing our thing, and I'm hearing this PdotO song, and it's like, this is a moment now. So I attach that, and then people just want to move with that. They don't want to let you grow as an artist. They don't want to let you, you know, write different songs. But what can we do? We have to, you know, I will always give people that side of me, but one thing they don't understand is that shit is fucking tiring, bro. It's emotionally draining. That's all. It's not. In fact, for me, where I can just go out and rap or just do some technical shit, that shit for me is something that it takes no effort. But when you have to make a song that you have to dig deep and you have to pull out these emotions, I'm thinking about my dad, I'm thinking about what happened, I'm thinking about so many different things. That shit is tiring. It's fucking draining. So I don't see myself rapping after 5 years. I think after 5 years, I'm like, yo, man, because I can't keep. It's almost like you keep digging inside and just pulling this shit out, and it wears you thin. So I understand why Joe Budden even couldn't do it. He had to like, yo, man, I get it. It's deep, bro. It really sucks you dry. You feel me?
So what do you said, so for 5 years is basically like the timeline we're looking at. What do you want to accomplish?
I only say that because I studied acting. So acting has always been a second passion. And script writing and everything. So I want to transition into that. I always felt like, I say it in Dear God, I always told myself that I'd never ever force it. If I feel like I have to force music, I don't want to be making music because it's not real. How can I expect people to really resonate or relate to what I'm saying if I'm forcing, if I'm going to the studio because it's feeling like a chore. And I don't see myself, maybe, like I said, maybe 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. I don't see myself going for another 10 years with this kind of content. Not with this kind of content. Maybe if I change and I become some other nigga and I'm just, making like happy music, and yeah, then we can carry on. But like I can't carry on with this kind of content for bro. It's a lot. It's really a lot.
What do you think?
There's some songs that I listen to and I cringe. I can't listen to them.
What do you think right now would be like your crown accomplishment? Like if you do X, Y, and Z in the next 5 years, then you can walk away with your head held high, like you're good, like no regrets.
Yes,
what do you need to accomplish to have no regrets? That's what I want to know.
It's a strong question. I wanna be able to put at least 4 or 5 kids from my city and have them do it better and bigger than I ever did it. In fact, they don't even have to be. They don't even have to be from my city, bro. I have that passion. In fact, there's a girl now from Cape Town. Her name is Rachel. She's fucking amazing. You guys should go check her out. I really want to stand behind her. I think she's an incredible writer. She's a vocalist though. If I could see that girl, like, I'm good, bro. I want to do that more. You know what I'm saying? If I can see like a kid come through, take like this little introspective thing that I try to bring into South African music so people can sit down and listen and really heal each other with music. A kid comes through, he does that and mixes it maybe with his own shit and he takes it to the next level. I'm good. That's my achievement. Then I'm good. I'm out. You know what I mean?
You can see yourself being like more of an A&R then.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that actually. Yeah, I really wouldn't mind that, especially with vocalists. I'm obsessed with vocalists, bro. Like, there's something about vocalists that I just really love. The way that there's certain things that they can do or capture that we can't as rappers. We can't, even when we try, we can't. And like with just the tone, like she could be singing some, because music is also very spiritual, and what you hear and the melodies that you hear, they sink in a different way that you don't even realize in your subconscious. So vocalists can do that, and I love that. There's something about that that I gravitate towards. So I really want to be able to put on a vocalist and just watch her just do her thing. You know what I mean? That would really bring.
You gotta send me a link to that, Rachel. I put her on the channel.
Rachel. Yeah,
absolutely.
Bro. She's really dope.
So you keep talking about like spirituality and things of that nature. Obviously, you got the tracks like Dear God and stuff like that. What is what's your denomination? What is your religion? And like, I kind of want to, if you don't mind, I want to dive into how that affects your music and your writing, and then also your audience, and kind of pick your brain on that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I'm a Christian. My mother raised us Christian. That's all my mother ever knew is Jesus Christ, pray. That's all we grew up with. That's it, bro. That's just how it is and how it was. But I view myself more as spiritual. I'm a very spiritual person, but I know that I'm not perfect. I don't believe in I mean, my music is, you know what I mean? There's a lot of cussing. There's a lot of, you know, derogatory terms and shit like that. So I'm not perfect. I'll let you know from jump. I'm not a gospel artist. I'm still a rapper. You know what I mean? But I'm very spiritual.
Man. That's important to know because anytime I see your name, it's always like hashtag God bless, the God bless. Like I want to dig into that a little bit and stuff like that. So you don't consider yourself a gospel rapper at all?
Nah, bro. I'm an artist, bro. I'm spiritual. I do, you know, I do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power bigger than us. But I'm not a gospel artist because when you label yourself a gospel artist, I've been in situations and I've seen gospel artists not act like gospel artists outside of the camera. Like, if you know what I mean. Because now when you enter, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like I'm supposed to be looking at you as, yo, I look at you, you know, I see you in a higher plateau than me. You're supposed to uphold a certain standard. You're a gospel artist. You preach the word. You go out there but now you're out here like smoking, like what the fuck? Like you talking about bitches, like what the fuck? You know, that shit just threw me off. So I never wanna put myself in that kind of pigeonhole and tell myself that because let's say I'm perfect and I'm not gonna make mistakes. I'm not like that. I'm very spiritual. I believe music is very spiritual and I tap into that a lot, but I can never come because I also, like I said, it's about the music being an extension of yourself.
Let me ask you, I want to ask you a straight up question on this, right?
Yeah.
I see the people with the tattoos. I see the people that are telling you that your music saved their life. I've seen that on more than one occasion.
Yes, sir.
Do you identify or do you aspire to be a role model? Like just straight up. Because that has everything to do with what you were just saying. And like I see the effects, family. I see the people, whether you want to be or not. I do see the people who are taking the substance that you're putting out, and it's helping them. But I want to know about like your goals and your identity. Do you want to be, or do you see yourself as a role model? Just straight up.
Do I want to be a role model? I want to inspire. I want to inspire. I want to inspire you to do good or do better than me. But I don't want you to put me on a pedestal because when you're a role model, now I'm in a pedestal. And if I fuck up, you know what I mean? Like I'm leading this person. I never want to come across as somebody who's perfect and who's got it figured out. That's what I say. I'd rather inspire. Everything that's good that I do, I'd rather inspire you to do just the same or more. You know what I'm saying? I'm always celebrating. I'm always pushing for hope. I want people to move with hope. Hope in my music is something that's always there. I'm always hope. Don't ever lose hope. Hope is all we have. You need to move with hope all the time. That's a hidden message that I always put in every single album. I want to inspire people to have hope. I want to inspire people to do more. I want to inspire. I say it on Soaked and Bleach. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to inspire you to push with a passion, push, move, do more. That's all I'm not perfect though. I can't come here and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm a role model. Look at me. I'm doing it better. Yo, like, look, nah, I can't, bro. I can't do that.
Right now, man, like, talk, like, yo, this, I appreciate this more than you can fucking know, man. You are a very real individual. I'm getting a new level of respect. I'm glad you decided to do this. I really am, because like
thank you, bro.
Sometimes the message in the music, depending on what you listen to, like it comes across different. Like a lot of your music that I want to talk about, like I came in here like you talk about being the best, and I believe it. When I say I'm the best, I want you to know I believe it. Like I wanted to talk about that. I want to get into that. I want to get into what that means. I want to get into tapping into that side. And then hearing you talk like a person and not like a persona, but hearing you talk like a man and not like an artist. Like I think this is really important, especially for the fans that hear all that stuff, man. Like this is a beautiful side of you, my guy. Like this is.
Thank you, bro.
I think for the kids that hear this, that are like still in the streets, that are still in the hood, that want to put on that I'm the greatest persona and stuff like that, man. Seeing the people that they idolize be humble, and seeing the people that they idolize talk about hope and talk about shit like that, man, I think this is more important than you realize. Maybe you do realize. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, I do. I definitely do, bro. I mean, that's just like, you know, it's rap, bro. Like that's, You know, sometimes you need to beat your chest. It's just rap. You know what I mean? I understand that side will always be there. But when I say that, it's mostly about me. I'm not comparing myself to anyone. Like, I know rap is about comparison. I'm just talking about me. I'm the best to myself. I don't have to, you know, I know that it doesn't sound, it sounds weird, but I'm the best to myself. I'm not trying to compete and saying I'm better than you. No, I'm not better than nobody. I don't believe that. It's for me. It's for me to push myself. It's for me to elevate to the next level. For me, not for other people. Like, yo, I'm challenging that. That's not what I'm doing it for. Shit, I had another point.
This is a fucking incredible interview, my guy. This is.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Shout out to you, man. Fuck, I had another point, man. Fuck. Lost my train of thought. I had another point that I wanted to.
When talking about this, so let's this has been heavy. This has been heavy, bro. Let me throw some light stuff at you real quick, all right? I get a hold of your phone, right? And I go through your playlist and I just put it on random. Who are 5 people that I'm gonna listen to and I'm gonna hear if I put your playlist on random?
Bro, you'll be surprised. You'll be shocked, bro. Like, you'll be very shocked. Very, very shocked. What do you think you'd be hearing first? What do you, like, because we all, like, it's surface shit. What do you think the first 5?
I would think Jay-Z. I would think...
Yo, let me clear the whole shit out first. Let me clear... Bro, I hate that thing so much. I love it. I think he's one of the greatest. My family has a nasal, like, I'm very nasal, the way my voice sounds. It's not like I get on in the studio and I try to sound like Jay-Z. I've never done that. I've always tried to find my own cadences. I've always tried to find my own style, but I'm nasal. It's in my family. My sister speaks like this. My brother speaks like this. So Jay-Z is, if you listen to Jay, he's nasal. It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's I can't help that. Unless I like change some shit, like, I can't help that. That's just my voice.
You don't think the flow a little bit resembles? You don't think that especially in that first that freestyle? You don't hear
Yeah, I'm talking Ree. Nigga, I'm talking me. Yeah, I'm talking bossy. I ain't talking Khalees. Your money too short. You can't be talking to me. That's Hov. Hov is bouncy. Like, I don't bounce much. You feel me? I don't like, but like I said, I just, when people say that, as much as I hate it, I understand, because it's a nasal thing. I really can't help it. But if you look past that, if you listen to the content, we don't even speak the same shit. We don't even, you know what I mean? That's completely different. So yeah, just to go back to your point, you said Jay-Z would be on my playlist.
Yeah, who else? I would think Jay-Z, Pac. I would have assumed Pro Kid. I would assume 2 more based on what I've listened to, man. I would assume Nirvana based on Soap and Bleach. I would have put Nirvana on there.
Yo, bro, that's one of my biggest influences. Kurt Cobain is one of my biggest influences. He's pen, and it's his pen. And I'll tell you why I say that. I've never heard, I grew up in the coast. In South Africa, there's in Eastern Cape, it's like the coastal region of South Africa. So I was preview to, you know, grow up with both the black culture and see my people, and also white people, because there's a lot of white people. And I grew up in a very multiracial school. And I was put on Nirvana as a kid. I was like 8 years old. I didn't know these people like Petra, Green Day, and all these like punk rock to, you know, Metallica, and so many different, you know what I mean, styles of music. And then I'm listening to Kwaito. So I grew up experiencing all kinds of music. In my playlist right now, I have Lupe and Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
I love that joint. I'm obsessed with that joint. I'm listening to the new Lil Baby album. That's gonna shock you. Lil Baby is fucking dope.
That one I didn't see coming. That one was interesting.
Lil Baby and Lil Durk, they on my playlist right now. I'm listening to Isaiah Rashad from TDE.
I'm not. Who?
He's from TDE. Isaiah Rashad.
Not familiar.
Isaiah Rashad. Let's check him out. He's fucking dope. It's TDE. He's like Kendrick's camp.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. I'm bumping Ginger Trill's new album. I don't know if you're familiar with Ginger Trill. He's
so
fucking amazing.
I
think you would fuck.
Here's how this works. Right?
I think you would fuck with Trill. Like
You
Trill
know,
is your kind of rapper.
Bro, he is. I listened to I did a review, I did a reaction for him and Reason's Cashless Society, and that was my introduction. So that was the first thing I heard. Now I know he just dropped the albums. So the way that my channel works,
that's a technician, bro. That's a, you know, like that dude is like on that shit. You know what I mean? He's fucking bars on bars. He's insane though. But his album is on my playlist right now. Yeah.
Okay. So like,
I think roughly that's what I'm listening.
Say it again.
Yeah? No, I'm saying roughly that's mostly what I'm listening to currently. Yeah. But it's just like I'm like I said, bro. I love the Sir's album. It's fucking incredible. Chasing November. I'm obsessed with vocalists, bro. Like Snow Allegra's album is amazing. Check that out too. Vocalists. It's something about vocalists.
I got just like yo. So the way that this works, bro, for my channel, I get so many requests that I can't listen to all the shit myself, right? So
yes, sir.
John Henry or J Tree that's in here right now, he's taking notes on everything. My people in my Discord go listen to it for me, and then they bring me back the best tracks, and they're like, "This is what's going to score well on the channel. This is what the channel needs to listen to." You feel me? So like, this whole album, I had them do recon on and bring me back the top 2 tracks. So the top 2 tracks that they picked off that album are going to be on my channel in the next week or 2.
That's dope, bro. He's incredible. He's really insane. We have a lot of great rappers in SA, man. I mean, you've checked them out. I mean, you can, and it's a lot of different. It's a lot of different rappers and different, you know, dudes that give you different flavors. I'm just the introspective, sad, depressed guy. So don't listen to my music too much. You know, that was just a joke, bro. But yeah, we have a lot of different rappers, man.
What 3 tracks of yours do you think best define you as a rapper, as an artist? If somebody didn't know you at all, and they could only listen to 3 songs to get the idea of you as an artist, what 3 tracks would you give them?
Shit. That's a tough question. I'll go with Dear God, definitely.
Okay.
I'll go with Soaked in Bleach because I have my reasons for that, and I'll go with fuck. I'd have to think for that. I can't, bro. There's a lot of music. I have to think about it. It's a lot. It's really a lot. But those 2 right now.
Interview, right? You ain't think I wasn't gonna put you on the spot with some stuff, man.
Bro, there's a lot of music, bro. It's a lot of fucking music. It's like This Can't Be Life. Forgive them. You know, I do. You know, because I also do some Kwaito stuff sometimes. You know, just to pay homage to the Kwaito side. You know, there's songs called Move Over. It's a lot. 3 is just, it's too, you can't give me 3. You gotta give me at least 10. 3 is a lot, come on. Yeah, it's tape, bro.
We start doing, you and Les got a joint coming out now.
Shit, that shit is, yo, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Next week, on the 21st. Vocalists. There's a chick named Amanda Black. There's a chick named Amufaku.
Amanda Black did Johns with Reese on the Paradise album. She got a few tracks.
Yes. I don't really think rappers. Vocalists. Okay. There's so many vocalists. Ed Sheeran, bro. He's fucking amazing.
That's like that's up there.
That's up there, bro. Adele is up there, bro. Like you know, just the soul in her voice.
Forever. I said if I could get a fucking Adele and Button, John, if I could get the 2 of them on a fucking CD, I would die happy. I would die a person if I could get 15 tracks.
But you get, so we're in the same, you get me. Like that chick is, bro. So I'm just more into vocalists than mostly rappers, you know. Because I always feel like I can say the same shit. Like I don't need you to say. Yeah, I can say it. I don't need another dude to come. Let me say what I need to say. I don't need assistance. You know what I mean? But I do work with rappers. I've worked with rappers before, but I gravitate towards vocalists.
How do you feel about battle rap?
I love it.
You love battle rap?
Yes, sir. But I don't participate. I'm just a fan. You know, Loaded Lux is the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
Okay. A lot of people.
Yeah.
I got into a. I talked to Stogie
Great
for
hoodie, bro.
7
Great
hours
hoodie,
the other
bro.
day, bro.
Great hoodie. Huh?
Bro, I talked. I was on the phone with Stogie for like 7 hours the other day, and we went back and forth about this stuff. He agrees. He agrees, man. And like,
Loaded Lux, bro.
dude, I put Loaded Lux. So I got like there's like this niche, right, of rappers that I only listen to when I'm in the mood to unpack shit, right? So I put Loaded Lux, Eugen Black, Landmark. I put them in like a different category. That's not playlist music for me. That's when I'm ready to sit down and put my lyricist hat on, and I feel like I'm packing shit and finding treasure and shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I put them in that thing. So like, I don't have Lux as one of my favorite battle rappers because I don't like him in a battle scenario. I like to go and listen to him in my own time and unpack the shit in my own time. I feel like in a battle, I want them big pay bars. You know what I'm saying? Like I want them ones where I'm gonna get it right now and like it's gonna make my face scrunch up and shit like that.
So Tay Rock, yeah, it's like you know. I feel you. I just feel like Lux is on a different. Lux is on a different level, bro. Like that kind of lyricism is stupid. It's disgusting for me. Like
I just don't like it in that arena. I think in that arena, it's not that I don't take nothing away from him as a lyricist. It's literally just the arena. In a battle rap arena, I prefer like a bill collector who's gonna put on a show and shit like that. He's nowhere near as talented as a lyricist, but you're gonna get the entertainment. You dig? Like, I've never enjoyed a Loaded Lux round live as much as I've enjoyed it where I can pause it and bring it back in my own time afterwards.
Oh, I feel you. I get you. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel you. Yeah, like, I feel you.
That's how I look at it. But a lot of people don't feel that way. And I think it's so much of it is subjective. You know what I'm saying? So much of it is subjective.
Music in general, bro. Music is subjective in general because like you can while over an artist alone, and the thing is we get so passionate about music and about rap that you can while over an artist and you're like, yo, man, you guys don't like this guy, and somebody's like, yeah, to me, yeah, you know, it's just subjective. There's some shit that you just can't, but at least you can still hear, like, I know recently I was put on NBA Youngboy, Youngboy NBA Youngboy. He's an incredible big rapper in the States. Everybody like he's got an insane fan base. I checked from I listen to his music. He's talented, but he's just not for me. And his fans will shoot you. What? But it's relative. It's relative, bro. It's all relative. It's all about just really what you like.
You see my inbox, brother.
I understand. Like it's okay. We need to get to a space where it's okay to just like, yo, man, I think he's cool. He doesn't resonate with me, and that's fine. That's okay. But people get so passionate about music and about it's just like sports. Like, yo, what, Ronaldo's Messi, and they fight. Like, yo, bro, maybe it's fine. Like, it's okay to. And we also have, especially in South Africa, we also have this this competitive. It's either this or that. Like, it's either Pac or Big. It's either Reese or Nasty. You see, it's okay to like both. What if I like both? Am I wrong for like? I'm not allowed to like both, my nigga. Can I like both? It's cool. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you though, right? If I didn't know you, if I didn't have this conversation with you, bro, you come off like that. Like in your music, when I'm listening to you musically and me talking to you right now, I feel like it's night and day. I do. Like in your music, like you have this certain aggression and this certain like finality about you when you fucking deliver bars and when you get in your bag. To hear you say this stuff right now and to hear you talk like a rational thinking man, like this is why interviews are important, man. Interviews are important. Like I think you're gonna have people who respect you in an entirely different light, an entirely different way by hearing you communicate right now than just the bars. Because I'm blown away right now, man. This is not how I thought this interview was gonna go.
You thought I was a dick.
No, I just thought you have an aggressive mannerism when delivering your bars, and you have a braggadocious like when you start talking about I'm the best and I mean it type shit. I never thought you were gonna sit in front of me and give me a lecture about how it's with me and I'm not competing with nobody else. Like that was the most insightful shit I ever heard. I was ready to be like, all right, fam, what are you the best at? You saying you got better punchlines? You saying like I was ready to break it all down and like really get into it. And now I'm sitting here like I'm the asshole. Now I'm the asshole.
Oh shit, bro. Nah, I feel you. It's perception. Perception is reality. You know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, perception is reality. People see you. I've had situations where people will hate you or hate me or not like me exactly because of what you're saying. Like you come off as and like, yo, man, I thought you didn't like. Yo, bro, sometimes you just speak to someone. It's cool. Like we're all human. You know what I mean? Perception is reality. And I know maybe I pushed that narrative myself. Maybe I'm guilty because I come off as like very, and most people that know me tell me I'm a goof, dog. I like stand-up comedy. I love comedy. That's in my family. I like to laugh. And you know what I mean? I respect comedians. I respect their craft because I'm not a rigid person. But I get it because the music I make sometimes is a bit heavy. So, you know, people kind of like, you know, perception. They see you like that and they keep you in that box because they've never really had a conversation with you. So I understand that. I get it. I understand.
Do you do a lot of publicity, like talk-wise? Like, do you do the interviews? Do you do the blogs and stuff like that to show the side of you?
No. I really pick and choose. I really, it's a pick and choose thing. No. I'm not really.
I appreciate you very much on that shit. Like,
big nah, so real talk. I'm not really. I used to wanna like, yo, let's go, yo, let's. I used to be like now. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Like I'm more to myself. Those that know me. You know, I have the people that love me and support my music. The fan base that I have, I love them incredibly. I don't feel like I need to. Like I said, man, there's a lot of agendas in our industry. I love the artists in our industry. I love the people that support the music. But there's always monopolies and agendas in an industry because there's people with agendas and people that are trying to push their own narrative. So certain spaces I avoid. I just like to keep to myself, play my little PlayStation, bro. Just stay home, do my thing, chilled out.
Family, my shit's right here, bro.
I'm jamming, bro. We gotta jam, bro.
What'd you be on the sticks with? What do you play?
No doubt. What you jamming right now?
So I do a lot of fighting games. I do a lot of RPGs. I'll do like the Borderlands for first person shooters. I'm a nerd, man. If you look at my arms, bro, look, I got the Akuma joint. I got look, all down here, Mortal Kombat. I'm a nerd, bro. I like all the
That's crazy. Yeah, bro. Life is to be lived. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Live your life. Play games. Relax. Smoke weed if you smoke weed. Hang out with your girl. You know what I mean? Life is not always that serious. I know that I come off very serious, and but there's another side to me. You know what I mean? That's just more chilled and yeah, just like that.
I think it's super dope to get that side of you to everybody, man. Because I'm telling you, like. I think it's important for different reasons, man. Especially for the artists that think they need to be hard all the time. Like there are rappers that feel like because they want to be a rapper, they can't. They miss out on their youth, bro. Like they really do. They spend so much time being gangster, and they spend so much time wanting to be like the rappers. They see that they don't live their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is incredible. This is super dope.
Very, very true. Very true. Very true.
Wait, I appreciate you. What do you play on the game, Joe?
I'm a football junkie, dog. Football. We play football. I'm playing Resident Evil 2 now, the new one. They just came out.
We got 20